Okay, hi, my name is Cruz, and today I'm going to present my scientific innovative project. Okay, innovative project scientific report. The objective of this is to make a video about an innovation or important news and scientific developments to be published in the school news. The Bible principle of this is Exodus 31:3. And I have filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, understanding, and in science and in every artifice. Okay, the introduction of this is that I'm going talking about 7 scientific innovations that are changing conservation. Humans have evolved into a new geological era defined by human impact on Earth. But our unmatched creativity is a double-edged sword. With question, we are contributing to many of the global challenges facing our species and all species that share this planet. It is because of our impact that the world needs human innovation now more than ever. We know that we must stabilize our climate, that we must meet the resources needs of growing our world population, that we must save the ecosystem that sustain all life, and that we will not get there in our current path. But with science, they make new paths possible. It is the basis of life for each and every one of us, from the medicines we give to our children to the vast networks of information at our fingertips. The Nature Conservancy says that science has guided everything we do for more than 65 the 65 years. Today, more than 600 TNC scientists are working around the world discovering and applying solutions to the greatest challenges facing people in our planet. Okay, number 1, facial recognition technology for fishes. How do you recognize the face of a fish? Serious question. With fish catches in the sea and on many boats, it is impossible for managers or conservationists to be there monitoring fish species and catch levels. That's why the Nature Conservancy is developing a system called Fish Face to collect, organize, and share essential data for sustainable fisheries management. FishFace uses facial recognition technology. This is similar to computer applications capable of identifying a person or a digital photograph or video frame. For people, it is often used to solve crimes. But fish face will be used to identify information on the species and the number of fish caught, as well as to measure the length of each fish, all the information necessary to assess the condition of the fishery and manage it well. Each fish caught and processed can be identified and traced throughout the supply chain with accurate information of what it is. Okay, second, batteries powered by blood. This is not science fiction or even wishful thinking. It is the ongoing and applied work of NatureNet Science Fellows of the Nature Conservancy. Fellows work on the science of the future that the world needs to mitigate climate change, including nanotechnology, research and development for viable large scale clean energy production and storage. The program is partnership between the Nature Conservancy and leading research university and signals to the world that conservation must base its work not just on technology, not just on ecology and biology. This can be a way to push conservancy and the world in new and necessary directions as we work to solve global sustainability challenges around energy, water, and agriculture. Okay, number 3, camera traps. What creators do while we are not watching. Perhaps no technology has connected more people to the wonder and mystery of the natural world than the camera and its direct descendants. The increasingly versatile and useful camera trap. The development of the camera trap itself is a story of human curiosity and innovation rooted in the cultural fascination with nature photography that flour- flourished in in England. In England, towards the end of the 19th century. It was then that photographer George Shiras developed one of the first successful remote cameras trapped by hacking a camera, flashlight, and nifty tripod system. When the wild animals tripped over the cables, they photographed themselves. No human need to open the shutter. Ensure using camera to photograph and record remote, wild animals remotely without human presence in a blind or behind a telephoto lens seems obvious now, but it took great deals of innovation and imagination to get where we are today. With impact, low-rise cameras, heavy-duty, durable, high-resolution, motion-sensitive cameras that can be clipped to trees or mount on rocks or left unaided in the wild record and store massive amounts of high-resolution images, sounds, video, and other data collect weeks or months. All, which, all of which makes the camera trap one of the most versatile tools in conservation science. Scientists around the world, from researchers to citizen scientists, use them. Some scientists even use them to capture a gallery-worthy image. At the Nature Conservancy, scientists continue to develop innovative ways to use camera traps to measure biodiversity conservation. Okay, number 4. Drones, lasers, and artificial intelligence. New technologies revolutionizing field science. The practice of sensing the practice of remote sensing began in 1840s when intrepid observers combined cameras and balloons to take pictures of the Earth. Today, the art and science of identifying, observing, and measuring an object without coming into direct contact with it encompasses a variety of tools from high-resolution satellite imagery to lasers that measure minimal changes in glaciers and coastlines. For small unmanned aerial vehicles that can photograph, to map and record a large amounts of data at 2 centimeters resolution. Scientists at the Nature Conservancy are the forefront of developing and applying all remote sensing tools, including drones, to inform and guide conservation and development decisions around the world. Scientists are testing the installation of drones equipped with multispectral cameras to monitor water quality in small streams and wetlands. As UAV technology continues to advance, its utility for field science can be almost limitless. Other technologies have advanced similarly. Terra-I is an artificial intelligence program that uses time rainfall data to predict how green a given habitat should be, and then compares the prediction with habitat images from an Earth monitoring satellite. And LIDAR, a way to remotely laser map forests, and a way to remote laser map forests, has proven to be an effective, accurate tool for measuring the effects reduced impact logging on Indonesia. Okay, number 5, bioacoustic capturing the rainforest, bioacoustics, capturing the rainforest wall of sound. Stand outside in any natural setting, close your eyes and listen. You will hear the chirping of birds, the chirping of crickets, or the croaking of frogs. Those sounds from the natural world are bioacoustics and are more than just a good soundtrack. They are valuable data for scientists and conservation. An emerging field of research called bioacoustics now uses the full scope of data, often called the soundscape, as a rough measure of biodiversity. Research developed sensitive acoustic and ultrasonic records in the forest. Acoustic recorders capture sounds between 1 and 24 kilohertz. Roughly within the normal range, the human hearing, including the vocalization of birds, some bats, frogs, mammals, and most insects. Ultrasonic recorders pick up sound up to 96 kilohertz, allowing us to collect data on bats and insects that vocalize frequency beyond the range of human hearing. This allows the bioacoustics allows research to determine that if conservation activities are working. The Nature Conservancy is currently implementing bioacoustics to determine best forest, including best forest management practice of wildlife conservation. Okay, number 6, precision agriculture, saving money, saving water. In many parts of the world, Farmers depend on irrigation to irrigate their crops. It is very effective tactic for growing food in drier regions, but it can also result in a lot of wasted water. Water can be lost through irrigation, and areas such as wetlands or rocky outcrops where crops fail to grow are often watered as well. Farms often treat large fields as a single unit, applying the same amount of water over the entire area. But conditions can vary widely, so a lot of resources are wasted. Farmers are increasingly looking to precision farming to cut costs and reduce inputs. Using a combination of technologies, including drones, computer applications, and sensors, farmers can determine the correct input levels for each square foot of a field, eh, where they where they are saving billions of gallons of water a year, while still growing crops. Water that does not reach the fields remain for wildlife, such as endangered native fish and freshwater mussels. In Idaho's Silver Creek, a world famous trout stream, Miller Coors Miller Coors Brewery has worked with TNC to install new sprinklers, nozzles, and computer controlled irrigation on adjacent farms to save millions of gallons of water every day. Okay, number 7. Soil ravioli and bat saving bananas. Conservationists increasingly look to other field research, new industry developments, and even local home supplies stores to find solutions to challenging conservation problems. A common bacteria being tested to inhibit fungal growth on grocery store bananas was also found to be the first successful treatment for bats suffering from the devastating white nose syndrome. Conservationists in Oregon struggled to find ways to obtain native mugwort seeds to survive manting until they create a special soil mix with a pasta maker. These ravioli seed granules have a 70% better chance of survival than if the seeds had been scattered on the ground. Advances in how we understand microbes have applications from healthcare to creation of new materials. Microbes can also help in preservation. For example, soil microbes may be the best way to attack cheatgrass, a non-native invasive plant that has so far been shown to be impervious to other control measures. Okay, and the conclusion that we could get is that the new technologies we can find information about with the new technologies We can find new information about new innovations making in the world, whether they can be strange, they can be surprising, they can be funny, or very, very impressive. And that information help us to know how us humans, we evolve. And thank you for your attention.